Well, another example today of AI gone rogue and gone wrong. Microsoft's AI image generator creates violent and sexual images as well as ignoring copyright. CNBC.com's Hayden wrote that story for us and spoke to the engineer who is making these issues public. She now joins us on set along with our own technology reporter, Steve Kovach. So, Hayden, if you would just give me a little bit of a rundown for viewers that haven't been able to get to your full story yet about what actually happened here with Microsoft.
Thanks, Courtney. So it is a crazy story. This weekend, I heard from a Microsoft AI engineer who was really concerned about what he was finding in the Copilot tool. He had been testing it for months, and he said that all the violent, sexualized, just crazy images that it had been generating, he had reported to Microsoft over the last 3 months to no avail. He wasn't happy with how they had been handling his reports. And the craziest part is I myself was able to recreate these same images that he was concerned about just yesterday. So violent, sexualized, just inappropriate images. Think kids with guns, demons and monsters next to abortion rights terminology, sexualized images of women in car accidents, you name it, just stuff you don't want to see from an AI image generator.
So I guess that sort of goes to some of my questions. I mean, what are users potentially typing in that these images come up? I mean, are they typing exactly those descriptions or something else that generates something that doesn't match what they're looking for?
It's a little bit of both, but what I was surprised about is how simple the prompts can be. So if I just typed car accident, that's when those sexualized images of women popped up. Just the term car accident. So not asking for it.
Why does that happen?
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
So the training data that the AI is trained on to basically be able to do its job can be pretty nasty. You know, it's trained on the whole internet a lot of the time, and sometimes the people training these tools don't cut out toxic content when it goes into the AI model. So basically, what goes in must come out, and we're seeing that happen here.
So I could put in what would seem to be an innocuous phrase, children at play, and I could get back a child predatory image of some sort, potentially. I'm not saying that is what you did or happened.
Absolutely, you could. You know, there's really no rhyme or reason here. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. And then also, even if you are asking for problematic images, it will return them. So the guardrails they have in place, this engineer said they might be failing. Even copyright infringement. I saw Snow White on a vape.
Oh, my gosh. So, Steve, obviously, you know, Google and Sundar Pichai have come out and talked about sort of their failings when it comes to Gemini. What do we know from Microsoft? What are they doing? If Hayden was just able to find these images yesterday, they better start working pretty quickly.
Yeah, and we also know that Google pulled their tool. Now, Microsoft's not saying anything like that. They're just saying they take it seriously. They're looking into it. But what really stuck out to me here is the engineer that Hayden spoke with. His entire job is to he's on what's called the red team. His entire job is to find problems like this, flag it internally, and say, hey, guys, we need to fix this. This is a problem. He allegedly did that. He's saying, I did that. I went through all the proper channels. And his superiors basically shoved him to the side and said no, to the point where he felt like he had to go to the press, where he felt like he had to write a letter to the FTC, write a letter to Microsoft's board. And this reminds me of where we were, 12 to 15 months ago at the birth of this AI revolution that we're in the middle of. All the companies, not just Microsoft, Google, everyone's saying we're going to do this deliberately. We're going to be safe about it. Even more recently, talking about how they're going to protect election integrity. When they can't even do their own systems and police themselves, why should we trust them when they say that? It creates an immediate lack of trust when you know their internal systems are failing, and also saying, look, we're going to embrace regulation, but regulators have no appetite to do anything about it either. So they kind of get to do whatever they want.
It just seems so wacky to me that Microsoft is coming up across a very similar problem that we've been talking about with Gemini. It clearly sounds like it was flagged. Nothing was done about it. Steve, how hard is it to untrain AI or to retrain it, I guess, in this circumstance?
How do you fix it?
But it's also, well, it's not how do you fix it? Believe me, that is a problem way above my head. But it's also, you got to, they're towing this line because this is very similar to what happened with Google a couple weeks ago, but different in a different way, because Google, you could argue, put too many guardrails on there in order to be, overly cautious, I think is the way they framed it.
Politically solicitous.
Politically solicitous. Some people are calling it woke, whatever you want to call it. This is the opposite. There are no guardrails, or the guardrails are there and they're not working. For example, I tried some of the same things as Hayden did. sometimes it worked, and sometimes it said, I can't do that image for you. So it's working sort of, but imperfectly. And again, if it's being flagged internally and nothing is being done, or these people are being told, basically be quiet, that's not a good look for Microsoft, who, from the very beginning said, we're going to be responsible about this. We're going to get this right. And if they're not doing it internally, they have to look at their own systems again for reporting and really figure it out. When someone flags these issues, it's an issue.
And there's also a lot of divisions too, right? So maybe this is a bigger problem than just the AI division.
So let me come back to something you said a moment ago. When you did this sort of spot check over the weekend, and you put into the search engine, for lack of a better word, images of car accidents, you got back created, not actual, but created AI images that include sexualized images of women in car accidents, correct?
Yes, or near car accidents. So sometimes sitting on the hood of the car, kneeling next to the car.
In lingerie, yeah.
So yeah, it was very problematic. And the other interesting thing about this is this app, the Copilot app, is rated E for everyone in the Android App Store for any age to use.
But it's 17 plus in the Apple Store, which doesn't make any sense to me either. Yeah.
Hayden, thank you very much.
Thank you
good to have
so
you.
much.
Steve, thank you as well.